Hi everyone, I'm Rico Ling, and I'm happy to be here as a keynote speaker for HPC Summit APAC. If you don't know what HPC is, it's high-performance computing, and it's so important for astrometric analysis and generic analysis as well. And those are important for scientific research domains. What we need to do is, in this world, we want to support those efforts and continue pushing on. So, I am the Open Infrastructure Foundation individual board, and I'm also OpenStack technical committee member. So, what is so important for HPCs for OpenStack? So, OpenStack, in short, is a project. It's a cloud computing project that helps to support the HPC computings. And if you don't know what OpenStack is, it's simple. It's cloud. It builds instance. It builds your network. You build whatever your HPC needs. And you might not know what the cloud's large size or scales. It's fine. You might not never heard about the OpenStack, which is fine as well. Well, but for your hint up, like OpenStack have 25 million core in this world. The users running OpenStack. The Walmart's running OpenStack with 1 million cores, which is a large number. It's a crazy number that you think about the retails run such a node size. And there's like service like WorkDayDs running large scale as well. And as you know, the CERN's running for atomic testing with also large scale size as well, with like virtual machines, with like physical machines. So things run at scale, things run for large and needs for HPC. And that's why OpenStack think is a very important mission for us. And we even have a scientific, interesting working group to targeting that. And that's how OpenStack is so precious and so want to be part of HPC world. Because HPC is such important cases for us. That's why I'm here to talking about this, and that's why I'm here as a keynote. So today I want to share about you what is APAC doing with HPC and what is OpenInfra essentially, OpenStack essentially working with APAC and doing with the OpenStack side. So I don't have the number for you to like the rest of the HPCs. You might have multiple places to hear about HPCs. There's a lot of way to implement it. So OpenStack as a cloud. In short number, so there is in the world of the OpenStack providers, APAC provides 22% of those providers, and more amazingly, those 22% providers provides 36% of value in this world. So let's put it in a very simple word. APAC, the providers of OpenStack, is doing better in comparison to the worldwide, which is a very crazy number. And to even further knows about this, I have mentioned there's 22 million codes running on OpenStack, running for OpenStack. And 45% of those cores, 45% of user is actually where? Here, in APAC. Actually, it's in Asia. So if you're counting APAC, there's 2% from Australia. So it's like 50%. Half of the world user of OpenStack running OpenStack in Asia. And those have contributes a lot of great numbers, a lot of great researchers. So let's circle back. Who is those users, right? That's what we care. Those users are IT users. Those users are research organization users. And those users might be financial users. And I mentioned about research and the IT part because those are the part that take large space, larger percentage, and those users are the one that building HPC for research reasons like what we say, and for medical reasons like generic analysis. So I think that's circle back to my point. OpenStack and HPC is very, very, very much binding together. And that's exactly the things that we wish it to continue to become so. And to be so, in APAC, or in Asia specific saying, we need to take a part in OpenStack, right? We need to have people, if you cared about, today you're showing up in this HPC event, that means you cared about it, and you cared about it so much, I encourage you to also join OpenStack. We have large users, and we need people to help to binding HPC use cases like the scientific SIGs, the special interest group together. Today, what we have is there's about 30% of contributions for OpenStack is from Asia. And there's about 40% of the leadership is from Asia. That means if you join OpenStack, if you care about HPC, you join OpenStack, you probably will not be alone. And I think that's very important for you to know that to join us and to become part of these things and part of the efforts to push back to the needs of HPCs in OpenStack is really important, and it really matters. So to continue such an effort, we cannot just put on the number of business sales. We cannot just put down the numbers of contributions. We also need to take actions and trying to push the event together. And that's exactly what I do. What I founded the very first OpenInfra Days Asia just in September this year. The way I found it is I accept all the technical topics for clouds, including HPCs. And I try to bind everyone together in the same event because there's no one tools that can solve this such HPC kind of problem or the cloud kind of problem. That is a global community effort. So I bind it together. I have this event to everybody can share what they need, what they want to hear about the clouds, and you can share about HPCs. You can, most importantly, you share something you can open up and in this open world, in this open source community. And I'm also honoring to say, GARAOTUS is exactly the first sponsor for the OpenInfra Days Asia. So when I pitching the idea to Jay, he immediately say he wants to be supportive of it. He immediately say that this is the kind of event that GARAOTUS is interested in. And they actually have these HPC sessions in the OpenInfra Days Asia. So if you also want to hear about how the cloud open source community is working, feel free to join us, and you can check out our session videos in YouTube. And there's going to be a OpenInfra Days Asia and Cloud Native Days Asia 2022, which of course we welcomes all HPC kind of features, HPC kind of demands as sessions proposed to us. So stay tuned that we definitely will keep diving with all kind of HPC related topics. And as I mentioned, we have scientific SIG. So we definitely will use scientific SIGs as one way and one of the most important ways that OpenStack communicate with HPC world. And most importantly, I'm really looking forward for this kind of HPC summit APAC to keep happening because more and more it adopt the OpenStack and more it adopt open source. That everything sounds like a perfect world to me. So that will be exactly the same, the things that I want to push and trigger over. I think you will hear about a lot of different kind of topic today. Just keep in mind that HPC matters in this world in a lot of research domains, and that will be something that the open source world, the users, and people who selling, people who are technical developers are curious about. And most importantly, if you care about it, you should join us. So thank you. This will be my keynote.